So when I look back at Tarantino's films and I'm saying to myself, which could we have a sequel of?
I think the obvious choice is Kill Bill 3.
It's a very easy answer to say Kill Bill Volume 3.
Obviously, Kill Bill can keep coming.
It's definitely Kill Bill,
because not only is it rumored right now,
where you might have the daughter of Vernita Green come back because he said that was going to be a sequel at some point.
Uma would really like to do it. We talk about it every once in a while or so. All right.
Vivica Fox's daughter is going to have to seek revenge at some point.
We've got to wait for Vernita's daughter to get old enough to go and kill her. All right. So we'll see.
Bibi, the bride's daughter, is about the same age, so there could be something there.
Put the daughter of Vernita Green against the daughter of Beatrix Kiddo.
And she tells her daughter, one day you're going to want to have revenge. I mean, I'd like to see that.
You grow up, if you still feel raw about it, I'll be waiting.
I'm actually all for that.
So sequels with Quentin is always because he's always talked, right, about doing another Kill Bill and seeing what the bride is up to. I'm personally not interested.
I feel like most of his movies have that dead set ending. That would be really hard to continue a story off of.
A lot of his movies don't really lend to another, the story, in terms of a sequel to that story. But I would say a lot of his characters do.
For me, I almost wouldn't want him to.
Not that I wouldn't watch it, but it's just I feel like they ended in a good place.
So I think his characters can kind of pop into other stories, but a true sequel to one of his movies, I don't think there's one out there that can have. I think he's told the full story within those movies. I could see Jackie Brown in another story.
Love to see a sequel to Jackie Brown.
What jumps to mind for me is Jackie Brown.
I want to see what happens to Max Cherry and Jackie Brown in the future. I would love to see a reunion of the two of them on a beach or something, and then they can do another heist together.
Even though we have a great story, I think that you could come right back to her and she could pull another heist, or she could pull another, crime, big crime, a big elaborate crime. And it would be very, very interesting.
Even Django can go on and do something.
The obvious answer is Django.
No, I would love to see some Django 2 action. Just him going to slave owners, just shooting them up. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
It's up to me. I'd like to see where Django went after Django Unchained. I'd like to see where he ended up.
Just there's a lot more Southern bigots out there waiting to get blown up, just like Calvin Candy's Ranch. Go for it.
I could see Aldo Rain from Inglourious Basterds into another movie, just his character.
I think this just might be my masterpiece.
If it is a shared universe, does that mean Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction are in America where Hitler was murdered in a movie theater? So I would like to see an Inglourious Basterds too, where you see how the war ending that way, or at least Hitler ending that way, maybe change things, even if it was still within World War II or years down the line. Kind of a, what do you want to call that? A revisionist history.
Either that or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I just really liked both Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's characters.
All right, what's the matter, partner? It's official, old buddy. Well, has been.
I want to see the movie Death Proof 2 with Lee and Rosario Dawson and those characters just on the run, and what happens to their life after.
Also, the Hateful Eight. So why stop at 8? Just keep going. There's plenty of people to go around. We just keep that going, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and.
There's questions that are left open. It leaves for discussion. It makes you use your brain, and I just kind of want to leave it open-ended.
I'd like to see his characters in other movies and other adventures and whatnot.
And that's your movie right there.